Everyone's here, right?
This is one mission that we cannot mess up. The stakes have never been higher. Turns out someone who was connected to the first victim was behind all this. Yeah, true. If he hadn't made those notes, we wouldn't have made the connection to Namatame. Night when the corpse appeared, but they could have been murdered much earlier. And also, you know, she could have been pushed into the TV at any time before the fog set in, so that makes an alibi kind of hard to figure out. Yeah, see, here's the thing though, how exactly do we prove when she was thrown into the TV? It had to have been sometime while she was staying in the Amagi Inn. Because Yukiko, people clearly saw her in Inaba. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. We're gonna have to find the guy to figure out his motives. Let's go.
Let's go.
I feel like Teddy should have been the one to deliver the line here. And you might have also noticed...
Look at this thick fog.
The fog is thicker here, but there was no investigation segment, and I like to think it's because we all know Nanako so well that we're easily able to pinpoint where she'd be here. Everyone else, we need to find out more information about them from the townspeople.
Does this have something to do with all the fuss about the fog lately?
Something's weird in here. I think all the commotion in town has been affecting this world too.
Well, we need to hurry now. Rise, can you tell which direction Nanako-chan is in?
I sense her... that way. Wow, what's this warm feeling? Senpai, we need to save her. Let's go!
I don't know if warm feeling is good or bad.
This is Nanako-chan's? It's so beautiful. It's like a storybook vision of heaven.
Like heaven, huh? Deep down, Nanako-chan must really miss her.
I'm sure she does. She's only a child. We have to do everything in our power to rescue her.
Of course! We're gonna rescue Nana-chan no matter what!
We can find Namatame later and give him what's coming to him then. First, we need to rescue Nanako-chan.
There's a reason why I got all of the dungeon revisits out of the way before this one, because we're gonna head straight in to heaven. And as for a party, Naoto's a bit high level right now, but I actually do want to be using her here for a reason that we'll get into once we start seeing the enemies. Now, in terms of everyone else, I think Yukiko's very behind in terms of level, and I have a bit of a solution for that. I'm gonna have her take the Haikara shirt, at least until she's caught up with everyone else. Guess Naoto can then take the Peach battlesuit. And Teddy's behind everyone, so let's bring Teddy with us too. We have that bead ring on. I guess we'll go in with the hardboiled look, although maybe we'll save that for later. I want to show off the Gecko uniforms. I think, yeah, Teddy does have one too. I think I'll put that on Naoto for now. And I'll give Yukiko her yukata. Let's go.
Immune to wind.
Which one?
Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake.
Curse dice. I get the feeling that you're weak to light. And I want to know your weakness immediately because, oh, it's weak to both light and dark, okay. Because, yeah, last resort. Also, carnal snake.
Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake.
You'll hear Risei calling a lot of things puny here because we're a bit higher level from our revisits to Naoto's dungeon. Things should even out a little bit later, I think.
Your weaknesses. Light will work on it. This should be a snap.
The boss of this place is level 65. Now, the snake's also weak to this? No, but they died anyway. So, why I brought Naoto here is that this is a big change to Golden. A lot of the enemies in the early floors of Heaven are weak to light and or dark. They probably did that just so that you got like a full showcase of Naoto's abilities the moment she joined. But anyway, the music playing here is simply called Heaven. I wanted to let all the lyrics play out. It's one of the few lyrical dungeon tracks in the game. Oh, Naoto's going first.
You be weak to? It's weak to light. Beat it and move on.
And yes, as you can see here, another thing weak to light.
Let's go.
Naoto wears the male cheerleader outfit, but she looks pretty good in it.
Busting heads and looking cool.
Now, the butterfly enemies have a tendency to get really annoying from this part of the game and on. They like to come with, like, auto mask skills.
It'll be over in a flash.
Wow, that skill set is really, really lame. I am suspicious and do not trust that. But let me see, this thing is weak to ice, which Naoto does not have, and I kind of wish she did.
I couldn't defeat it. Reset scan. It's weak to ice. This will be one.
Yep, there we go. Okay, I guess I can Bufudine it. Now, if we don't get a shuffle time...
Just say the word and it's bear time!
Did it seriously survive that with like 1 HP? I don't think we're going to be seeing Teddy's... No, we're not. Okay, so the Gekko-Khan uniforms actually have kind of a cool thing to them, but there's not really that much of a chance that we'll be seeing it if we're getting shuffle time. I do hope to show it off, but yeah, I'd probably want to show it off with people like Yosuke or Kanji as well. In fact, I forget what Teddy even does for his. I don't want to spoil exactly like what it is, but I'm going to go over here and get that chest. So this dungeon kind of has a way that you can tell where the stairs are. Stairs will only ever be in an enclosed room like this, but they can also just be little rooms with a chest like this. Okay then.
Cool. There's an enemy weak to ice.
We know that already.
Nope.
Growth relic. Okay, well I know that it's not weak to light or electricity, but do I have any other personas that I can switch to? Wind, maybe?
5 enemies
Nope.
left.
Okay.
Hang in there.
No wind. I guess I'll just hit this thing. Resist physical. Obviously it can't be fire. It can't be wind here or dark in that case, so I guess Naoto will just mind charge herself. Well, I guess I can Mabufudan, Mabufula. No, you're not getting Mabufudan for quite a while, I believe.
3 enemies down. Teddy. Go get him, Teddy.
Okay, could it be fire?
Weaknesses. It's weak to fire. This'll be easy.
Yes, it is fire. I mean, there's not much else it could have been, unless you had no weaknesses at all. This is Blaze Vow boosted, so it should be... Yeah, our damage isn't actually as high against these enemies as I expected it to be. I thought the enemies in here would be no threat at all, but I clearly was mistaken. Admittedly, Yukiko's a little behind in terms of level, but still. There's some stuff that I could say about the background in these battles too, but I might get to that a little bit later. We're getting mostly the same kinds of shuffle time personas as, as Naoto's dungeon. I kind of want to take personas at this point because I want to do some fusions a bit later. Depending on how things go, since we don't have any dungeon revisits for this, and I know this means leaving Nanako a little bit, but I might be doing a full fusion episode in this dungeon visit because I'm not happy with my compendium percentage right now. I had a lot more opportunities to fuse back in Persona 3 because we went to Tartarus so often, but in P4 with our limited dungeon visits, and also I just find in general money is kind of hard to get in P4. It's certainly a lot easier to get in Persona 5, but if you've forgotten, that's a tiny Hulk Hogan.
It's weak to physical attacks. Piece of cake.
Okay, don't know what the Mythical Gigas is weak to yet, but I guess we can see if our other party members have its weakness. Let's actually try out Siegfried.
3 of them. Don't give up now, okay?
Okay, yeah, Akasha Arts is everything, which means that's not good if these things repel physical, which they might, but I also have,
Give me a sec. I'll do a quick scan. Darkness will work. This'll be an easy win.
Yeah, I should have seen that coming. But first, one more with a gun.
Enemy down. Keep it up, Naruto.
We've never seen that animation before. Naruto's crit animation is so good. Also, as you can see, we're not hurting for SP at all, thanks to Relaxing Wave. On my first playthrough, this was actually where I first learned Relaxing Wave, so I got that a bit earlier in this one. That's the thing with Rise, she'll always be very high level because she's technically counted as a participant in every fight that you're in. No way for her not to get experience, and dang it, if Kanji was here, we possibly could have got the team-up attack. Okay, oh, that is, that I think is that looks like Akihiko's victory pose, honestly. I would have expected Kanji to be imitating Akihiko, but then again, Kanji, or is Teddy imitating Ken? Yeah, I just spoiled it there. What the Gekko-kan outfits do is they cause the party members to imitate the victory poses and sometimes the victory quotes of the Persona 3 characters. So, I think Yosuke has Junpei, I think Kanji has Akihiko. And, okay, yeah, now I think about it, I think Teddy is Ken in this situation.
Careful, it's immune to electricity.
Can we actually hit this time? There we go.
Keep going, That's the way, Senpai. Do some more damage.
Okay, already full on personas, huh? I might need some... Okay, actually I can get rid of Ameno Uzume because we know Aeon will rank up next time. Floor of Myth. That's a cool weapon name. And Hull Boost. I kind of promised that I'd get rid of Blight at this point, so we used it a grand total of once. It's not actually that terrible of a skill, and Naoto's strength is okay, so I can see it being alright, but just, you know, most people don't like using physical attacks on Naoto for good reason. The lyrics of this song mostly refer to just the waiting, the sort of loneliness she feels at home with her mother gone. Find your way through the favorite tune is how she uses the Juness song as a coping mechanism. It's actually really sad when you think about... that was clumsy. Oh, you're one of those enemies. But you can also Makara-kan other things. However, Makara-kan won't save you from this. I mean, this is a lot better when it's Mind Charge, but still. Yeah, a lot better when it's Mind Charged. Ow! Yep, okay, not good. I'm guessing that's healing. Yep, it's healing.
You're up. Time for a counterattack.
I really do not like this. I could just Die Soldier and attempt to murderize everything, because I know that Die Soldier... Like, I don't actually 100% know if Die Soldier's immune to light, but I'm guessing that he is, so I'm at no risk of this repelling in my face. And that's a one more, and you've lost your immunity, but I don't have any fire. I always love it when enemies do that, when they just use the... I won't even need to use fire on you. Okay, then. That fight was close. Yeah, so battles are not trivial even now. I've got some very strong personas. I'm quite high level. That is the thing about particularly the higher difficulty levels in Persona games. It's usually you either annihilate the enemy very quickly with no risk to yourself, or the enemy does the exact same to you. Although I've heard, this is a bit of a weird tangent, but I've heard Shin Megami Tensei 4 is kind of like that too, but even more extreme.
Are you alright, Natsu-kun?
Yeah, let's go ahead and heal. Also, oh look, Die Soldier gained a point of strength. That's going to be useful. I probably should actually go back and view some of these personas, but there's a certain point that I want to hit in this dungeon at least before going back. Although I would kind of like now to have Makara-kan by then, and that's going to be a while. Oh, hi, Blood Castles.
Wind will work on it. Go to town, guys.
Huh, Raindrop Castle. You must be a rain exclusive enemy. Argidyne, Maragidyne, Mind Charge. Okay, I am on Lachesis already. But Naoto has Wind too, so I'm going to spread the SP expenditure around a bit.
Enemy down.
Keep it up, Sensei!
Yeah, we are Oromateru. We're still only doing this much damage. This dungeon is impressing me somewhat. I was thinking that, yeah, we would have a really easy time here. I'm kind of glad that we're having a bit of a challenge. I have a few more topics to talk about, but yeah, right now we're just going to be fighting some enemies. Kind of wish that I could demo Kanji's team-up attack here, and because you're like a rain enemy, I get the feeling that, I guess I could try out Marufukaja here, that pretty much everything else is going to be absorbed. But I could at least try Mudor, because there's no way this could be absorbed. The worst it can be is reflected. Not the case in Persona 5. Yep, it's nullified. But now also you can go to town with some Garudyne. Yeah, I do kind of prefer to keep Garudyne on Naoto over Argidyne, because, you know, if you want fire magical damage, we already have someone covering that base. Whereas Yosuke's a bit of a, I mean, overall his magic is still solid, but he's more of a jack of all trades, and, like, rather than being, although with Wind Boost and Wind Damp, he still hits pretty hard. But yeah, once Naoto, gets, okay then, I want something almighty for this, because I'm guessing everything else is going to be nulled. I don't know if I really have anything that's almighty, though. Because I know that my main almighty user was Jin. And I don't mean the Xenoblade character. Okay, do I have any... I only have one of these, but I may as well. Isn't Yasichi like the name of a Mega Man 1 item that fully heals you? I'll take that. Okay, the full didn't change. I'm gonna go for guaranteed sweep bonus over possibly good new card. I mean, I would have got sweep bonus anyway, I just realized, but no money, no experience. Or 1 experience, but still. Yeah, so inside these rooms, these are the only ones that you know can contain the stairs, or rather beanstalks in this case. Yeah, this really is kind of a storybook version of Heaven, and the things on these doors are the wheel shadows, which I think have a completely different name in Japanese. I don't think they're called wheels. Let me just quickly look them up to see if I'm right.
Careful, that enemy's immune to wind.
Yeah, they're called Fortor in Japanese, which is like fort, I guess, because like for strength. Speaking of wheels, Brave Wheel.
No problem. It'll be over in a flash.
So take a look at this thing and then take a guess what it's weak to. You'll probably be right. Yeah, growth relics were fire and those things were ice. Okay. This could... Oh, actually, I'm immune to physical attacks, so I'm fine if this repels in my face. I just want to try this out.
Reset scan. Darkness will work. This will be an easy win.
Oh, okay, it actually is weak to dark as well, but I was kind of hoping that you were weak to ice. I'm pretty sure that you are. If not, I'm going to kind of massively eat my own words here. I guess power up for a Mega Dollar in case we don't finish them.
Reset scan. It's weak to ice.
Yeah, of course it's weak to ice. And so, Mabufula time. If Teddy is imitating Ken, I think that kind of fits. Teddy really is kind of the kid of the group, even though he's kind of perverted.
Get it next time.
It's over.
I'll have Maragi die on Yu-Gi-Oh! Eventually. It's a little awkward to have her just using
Looks good kill.
Agidine at this point, but it's still kind of working, and I'm liking keeping Mudo on her. It gives her something to do against things that are immune. If only Kanji was here. For like a weapon that gives a decent number of stat bonuses, can we even... No, we can't even get a sweep bonus, but we can get a magician card. The Algernon looks just like a generic revolver. Kind of wish it had a more interesting design to it. You know, I'm actually not so thrilled about that. Because single target Rakunda is all you need for bosses and it's cheaper.
Congrats, Senpai.
Sometimes, yeah,
Did I level up?
it's not exactly the best thing in the world to have your skills upgrade. Summer a Calm. Well, I suppose we can replace this. Okay, and now we're slowly starting to lose the need for Divine Grace, so that's going to free up a skill slot for later. Because Rakam plus Divine Grace is basically 75% HP recovery from Revival, which is almost as good as Summer Rakam for a lot cheaper, but... yeah, I kind of prefer the convenience of having the full revive.
Great job.
Yep, there he is, imitating, good old... Well, yeah, I know that a lot of people don't like my fan nickname for the Persona 3 protagonist. It was a dumb headcanon I did a while ago, but... it actually does kind of tie into how I've always seen Persona 3, but that's something that I will go into later on in this playthrough, because it's something that I want to talk about much later in the game. Huh. Well, yeah, it's both her childhood innocence and her desire to see her mother again. But there is something a little weird about this place. Hi, Red Shadow, who didn't let me get a preemptive strike on you. Okay, then.
I'll do a quick scan. It's weak to wind. This'll be a breeze.
Stasis Giant. I remember these things being a Monad enemy in Persona 3 and draining basically everything. Weak to wind and Blossom Yorgor.
No problem. It'll be over in a flash.
A tree that hits you with a sword and slaps you. Dodge ice. Okay, then. That doesn't necessarily mean they're weak to ice, but it often means they are. Some enemies will try and trick you by having dodge skills for elements they're not weak to. And a lot of the samurai type shadows will have dodge physical. Okay, let's just randomly try light on this thing. Well, it's not weak to it, but it's not effective either. Don't really have much in the way of other elements. Well, I could use my junk personas, but I don't want to use my junk personas. You know, I was just thinking, huh, I don't think I've ever seen this sword get a status ailment. That is weak to ice. A lot of things are weak to ice in here. I suppose that means Teddy can rampage through this place to rescue Nanako. That was probably the effect they were going for. Yeah, that thing's an old man, so it's going to be missing us a lot. Only in Persona 4 can you say things like that. Okay, this is probably going to get drained or repelled. No, it's going to destroy you. Okay, then. Vicious Strike. I love Absorb Physical. I kind of love Absorb anything, but Absorb Physical is particularly fun. I feel like it's to... I don't know if some people find it weird when I talk about other games, but I feel like Absorb Physical is kind of rare in P5. Repel Physical is very common. Like, there's a lot of quite common personas you can get with that, but absorbing it is a lot rarer.
Shouldn't someone heal Yukiko-senpai?
Giant's going next. Okay, then... These guys were weak to wind. I guess I can just finish them off here. But yeah, just as I was saying, that I don't think I've seen any of, like, the all ailments, from this sword, I immediately get Old Man. Yeah, that pose doesn't really fit you, Narukami, all that much, honestly. That is kind of the thing, despite both being silent protagonists, also Amrita. Do I really need that? Meteorama, Ice Boost. I mean, of all these things, Ice Boost is probably the one that will go right now. I'll be getting rid of it for Ice Amp later, but he doesn't learn Ice Amp for ages. And I kind of like having these buffs. And I don't think the next boss really uses much in the way of status ailments. Or I could just leave Teddy with single target damage for the time being. I like the convenience of that, but I mean, Yukiko's been fine with just single target damage. I'm gonna take that just in case, and I know which skill I'm passing up next. Gigantic Fist is one of those physical skills that has a higher than average crit rate, but for Teddy, I don't really like physical attacks on him that much. But yeah, as I was saying, despite both being silent protagonists, just through dialogue choices and the way they act during the story, you can tell that Makoto Yuki and Yu Narukami and also, okay, it's kind of cheating for Joker, because Joker has a lot of, Joker has actual dialogue during cutscenes and things too, so it's kind of unfair with him.
Ooh, a rare one. Don't let it get away.
Hi there! Okay then. Well, I'm gonna Marakuunda everyone. And then Naoto's gonna Mind Charge. The weird thing about these hands is that they are not immune to wind, but they're immune or better to every other main element. I doubt they take very much damage from wind though. And Teddy doesn't really have a lot to do here because I already used a buff, the debuff, but I guess we can... Nah, he can just guard. And Yu-Gi-Oh will just guard. Look at all these hands. Nice one. That's the revenge accessory working there. And yeah, you're, like, if you can't remember me saying this at the very beginning, you're immune to status ailments while you're guarding, which can be nice, but it's often hard to predict when enemies will use status ailments on you. That was pretty nice. And I feel like I'm gonna end up having to swap out this party. There's only one left, I can probably afford to fire break it after this because they're gonna be extremely high level.
One enemy to go. Keep it up.
Power charge, I guess. Also, that sword keeps clipping through the ground. And that's annoying. Did not want you to do that. Because Kanji's not here to put your agility back down.
It's over.
Yeah, like, with all of the very bizarre dialogue choices that Yu Narukami has access to, you can kind of tell that he's sort of a bit of a weirdo who marches to his own beat. Whereas the P3 protagonist very much felt more like an aloof, a bit of an aloof, I hesitate to say the term emo, but that kind of does sum him up, at least at the start of the game. Okay, I don't have Cerberus, I guess I can grab you. And yes, this is one-headed Cerberus, but that's because it's a reference to the original Megami Tensei novel, which is something that I might talk about a bit later in the series. Maybe.
Ooh, congratulations!
Only one level out of that?
Oh, did I level up?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Got a heck of a lot more than just one level, though.
Gained a level.
Ah, I said I would like Makara-kan on Naoto for the next fight. That was good timing. Here's the problem, though, what to get rid of. I like keeping at least one elemental skill, and Tetrakan, Hama and Mudo boost. Like, again, these are better once she gets Mahama on and Mamudo on, because then it lets her sweep through random encounters quite easily. And I obviously don't want to get rid of these. Okay, Tetrakan's okay, but there aren't a lot of physically specialized boss fights, and often I find myself using the reflectors in boss fights more often than not. Here comes the gigantic fist into the discard pile for skills, because I don't want it.
Alright, level up.
Certain escape is kind of nice, I guess. We'll probably see that this dungeon visit. And now that Yukiko is, she's not quite caught up to everyone, but she's decently caught up, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over the Haikara shirt to Yu Narukami, because I want him to be leveling up a lot. I don't know if we'll hit level I highly doubt we'll hit level 74 or 76 by the end of this dungeon, but it would be great if we did, because it would then allow us to use either Koryu or Sraosha against the dungeon's boss, and that would just be amazing. Okay, stairs there, but there's still quite a few chests we didn't grab on this floor. But yeah, also, Joker already has quite a bit of implied personality, so I guess I can't really talk about him all that much. But it is just really interesting, all the ways that, even though these characters are silent protagonists, that's a really big shadow. That worries me, because that means it's high level compared to me.
Careful, that enemy's immune to wind. That one's totally weak. Better not lose.
What did I say earlier about samurai enemies having dodge physical often? Okay. Not weak to, wind. Immune to wind, and I guess I can go from Mind Charge Mega Dollars. Those are also kind of effective against rainy day enemies, since, you know, enemies can't be immune to...
One enemy to go.
I eat your sword for breakfast, literally. Just the idea of being healed by physical attacks is always just kind of amusing to me. Okay, we know it's not weak to ice, but I guess we can debuff its defense. But yeah, through things like dialogue choices, even the kind of activities that the character has access to during the day, you can imply, and their victory poses as well, like Yu Narukami using the P3 protagonist victory poses, like, it looks a lot more sort of slow, calm, apathetic. I mean, Yu Narukami's a pretty calm guy, but he's more the kind of, I don't know, like, comically serious, deadpan kind of calm. The kind of guy who stays calm in ridiculous situations and creates a lot of comedy through that.
A flower's fate is to bloom and scatter.
And apparently a samurai's fate is to burn and die. Anyway, I was thinking that might be a shadow, but that froze you long enough to get an attack in. That's new.
Careful. Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've always kind of liked the drive shadows in terms of design in this series. I guess I could go over to Siegfried. Weirdly, Siegfried hasn't been impressing me all that much.
Don't give up.
I mean, I suppose I haven't power charged him before. Yeah, I'm going to power charge him, just to give him a bit of a chance. That feels mean, but also Twinsies swords. Not weak to anything Naoto has, so I guess, again, she can just Mind Charge. Naruto is pretty great because against almost every enemy, she has something she can do.
To ice.
Not so much in the vanilla version, as I've probably said before.
Enemy down. Keep going. That's the spirit, Teddy.
Yeah, the drive enemies, yeah, I've always kind of liked them.
Enemy down. Do it again, that's Teddy. The spirit, Teddy.
And I guess I'll use the one more to debuff all of your defense to make my Mind Charge and Power Charge attacks hit even harder.
This one's a gimme. It's weak to fire.
Yukiko was a good choice for this segment. There seem to be a lot of fire-weak enemies here. That did a lot of damage. I could get a one more here, but I just kind of want to show off my... I'm not even going to get a chance to show off Siegfried's Power Charge attack, am I? Nope, everything's dead. And I think I'll switch Naruto's costume now. Probably after I get the costume dialogue for it, which I'll be showing like all of the costume unique conversations for party combinations later. Yeah, I do not think Naruto would be good as a cheerleader at all. She's not a very... Well, I mean, she can get emotional sometimes, but only in very, very specific circumstances. Yeah, I don't think she'd make a good cheerleader. Yeah, everyone seems to quite like the Gekko-kan outfit on Yu, and they seem to think that he might have worn something like this in his previous school. There are actually a lot of outfits I haven't shown on Naruto, come to think of it. Like the gag outfits. And I guess the Festival Jinbei. Oh, that kanji, I know what that kanji is, like, immediately. That's, like, reason. As in, like, you know, deductive reasoning. I think it's, like, pronounced re. I kind of want to get that chest. I don't think we've seen a gold chest so far in this place. Yeah, it's funny how there... I think the reason why that kanji sticks out to me is because I've helped fan translate, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, so I probably saw it an awful... Oh, and hey, it was a gold chest. I had a feeling it would be. I was just like, yeah, this is going to be a gold one, isn't it? Healthy Homer. That sword was totally in your hitbox.
Fire's no good.
Oh boy, and that's why you're a big shadow. Huh.
You can win this. Just don't use fire attacks.
So, because I used Archetype on you after a fire break, I still unlocked your fire affinity in the scan. That's pretty interesting to know. Okay, since electricity is one of the few elements I don't have in this party, I wonder if you're weak to... No, you're not. Okay. Well, let's see if this doesn't end horribly. I had a feeling you'd repel it. I was just like, it's gonna be a repel, isn't it? Thankfully, it didn't really do much damage to me in return. I knew that would happen. This dungeon just really doesn't want Siegfried to do anything.
Truly magnificent.
These enemies also don't seem to be worth a lot of experience apart from the hands. So, Healthy Homer is prevents exhaustion. Exhaustion is not a status ailment that you see often. It's just, yeah, it's kind of, because it's an interesting concept, but, like, basically being poisoned but for SP, but you just don't see it, like, at all. Like, Mitsuo is one of the few enemies who uses it. Oh, I've already found the stairs. I think floor 4 in this place is special. And the decor has changed. Kind of more in midday now. We started at dawn. Let's find her voice. And another red shadow.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work.
These kind of look like narwhals.
Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake.
Recamdra. Okay, that's interesting. That's a skill that on enemies is actually kind of, not so much dangerous, but effective. It sacrifices the user to fully revive and heal all allies.
There.
Can you still get it, like, on your own personas in this game? Because I feel like I have never seen it on any personas in P4. But, like, it's obviously a terrible idea because it reduces the protagonist to 1 HP in a game where the protagonist dying means an instant game over. Usually not good, but... Okay, then.
4 of them. You need to thin them out.
But in Digital Devil Saga, it's actually amazing. Okay, clearly you guys aren't weak to fire or darkness. So I guess I can try and fire break you. Because at this late into the game, it's reasonable to assume that any enemy that is not, that is not weak to something is probably immune or worse to it.
Quite tenacious.
Guess we're actually seeing this skill. Yep, sacrifices itself to fully heal all allies. Kind of an interesting ability. But that's a little annoying that I am stuck like this and everything's down, but I don't get an all-out attack. Even if I crit, I don't get an all-out attack.
Keep up the streak.
I'm gonna just look this one up
Use light on it.
in my notes. Weak to electricity.
3 enemies left.
Yeah, of course it would be that.
Oh, it's so stubborn!
I don't think we need healing.
It got back up.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and just, try to die soldier everything.
Move now, Tokun. You're on a roll. The enemy ran away. There's 2 left.
And that's another line for Hardcore Rosette fan. That line can be a little tricky to see.
All yours.
Because a lot of enemies won't run. Well, I mean, the hands will run, but
Enemy down.
I think she has slightly different lines for hands running compared to normal enemies. Or I could be wrong, and then I'm the biggest idiot ever. Because I'm like, oh yeah, enemies almost never run away. Of course they do hands. But anyway, if I go to Dice Soldier...
There, got it. It's so puny. Use electricity on it.
Apparently level 63 is considered puny.
Enemy defeated.
Okay, I think it's just that Dice Soldier is pretty strong. I was like, either that thing is really weak or Dice Soldier is very, very powerful. Of course, you go for the person who wasn't guarding.
Move now, Tokun. You're on a roll. All yours.
And Naoto is, yeah, even with Relaxing Wave, Naoto is losing a lot of SP.
Brute force isn't my style.
No wonder I got rid of all of her physical attacks. Oh yes, this is a special floor.
Mom?
That's Nana-chan's voice.
Mom? Where are you? Why did you disappear? Why did you leave me? No! Come back! Are these... Nanako-chan's feelings? But I'm not lonely. I have Dad with me. I know he's always late coming home. And he never plays with me because he's so busy. He can't cook or do laundry either. He tries to be nice, though he is a little scary sometimes. But I love him. Big Bro is with me now, too. So I'm not alone. I'm not lonely.
Little kid. Telling herself she's not lonely so she doesn't fall apart.
You idiot. We'll ruin everything if we act all sad. We gotta greet her with a smile.
Nana-chan.
What's the matter?
Something's not right. There's someone here besides Nanako-chan. It was faint at first, so I couldn't tell for sure. But there's definitely another person here. And whoever this is, their power's getting stronger.
Could it be Namatame? Did he duck in here after being cornered like Mitsuo?
Perhaps so.
We didn't see anyone at the scene, and the TV was there. Back of the truck was open. There was nowhere else for him to run.
It seemed as if he was particularly determined to kidnap Nanako-chan.
But why? If he's the real culprit, he must know the dangers of coming into this world.
I don't know. But if it is him, he may have entered from a TV near the site of the accident. Perhaps even the TV in his truck. Which means Nanako-chan may be in grave danger. We must hurry.
This is not just Nanako's mental world we're exploring. This is also Namatame's Midnight Channel show, it seems. And I think that might be a good note to leave things on for now. Might actually need to do a fox heal. Reset didn't put the fox completely out of business, it seems. And then I think I'll do some fusions before heading back in. Yeah, I thought there was a mini-boss during that cutscene, but obviously they wouldn't give you a mini-boss without warning you first. Let's see how much your healing costs. Oh, haven't actually pet you yet. Anyway, I think I'll see you all back here next time for more of Heaven. We're coming, Nanako, don't worry.